Hi guys, it's Mrs. Blaisdell here. We're doing Activity 18, James Patterson Books in Access, and you're going to create a database and then name your table All James Patterson Books. You will put in your design view year released, short text, book title, short text, and main character, short text. Nothing hard in the design. Then you're going to go to the data sheet view and you're going to type all of this stuff in. Okay, once we do that, really our work with this one is in queries. Okay, so once we get all of that done, then we want to create a query called we're going to create a query that sorts. So we're going to do create and the query wizard, simple query wizard, okay. Alright, and it wants us to, in the first query, we'll include only the year released and the book title. So we're just going to put two fields over. That's a little different this time. Then next, then we're going to call this books by title. So let me type that in there for you. And I'm just going to throw a 2 in mine. And modify the query design and finish. Okay, so let me just be sure. Okay, so what we want to do then next is we want to sort by the book title. And we want to assort that in ascending order. So it's going to alphabetize by book title. Okay, once we get that done, we can close out. Basically, we're going to say yes, and then we would go to our queries, and I'm going to have more than you do, simply because I've been doing this a while. Okay, so again, you should see them in alphabetical order, and yes, we'll start with the one that has a number in it because that's traditionally how that's alphabetized, but you'll see that they are alphabetical, so that's good. Alright, next query. We want to close this one out first, and close this out, and we want to create and query wizard, and it wants us in the second query to include all three fields, and it should be sorted in descending order by year released. Okay, so we are gonna this will be books by year released. So just keeping that in mind, we want to choose the table. If we have the query come up, we want all of these to go over. We want this one to be called again, books by year released. I'm going to throw a 2 on mine because I have other stuff. We're going to modify the query and finish. Okay, now again, it wants us to sort by the year released, and with that, we want to do it in descending order. So again, we're going to go over here to sort and choose descending order, and that's it. Okay, not really hard. We're going to close out. Yes, we want to save the changes, and we should be able to then run that and see them by books released, descending order, so that we can see the newest book at the top and the oldest book at the bottom. Okay? Long Hama Spider is a good one, actually. All right, so let's take another look here. We're not done. Third query. So we should include all three available fields. It would be a list of only the books in which Alex Cross is the main character. And we're going to save that third query as Alex Cross. So let's close out of here. And we're going to go to Create, Query Wizard. I know, we're doing it over and over. Move them all over. Oops, we got to do Table. Table. Move them all over. And then we're going to call this one Alex Cross, who is the main character in all of the Patterson mysteries. I'm going to throw that 2 in there again. Modify the query wizard and finish. Now this one is not a sort. This one is criteria. So we want to go to where the criteria line is underneath the main character and type in Alex Cross. And it needs to be typed in exactly as you typed it in the database. So hopefully you did a really good job making sure you had a capital letters and spelled it right. It's really not a hard name to spell. And so once we get that done, we can again click that. It's going to say, do we want to save? Yes. And then we can find Alex Cross 2, open it up, and it's just the books with Alex Cross as the main character. Okay, and you can see how many there are there. If you only get 1 or 2, you really need to look at, how you spelled Alex Cross. Did you put in extra spacing? Because it matches exactly with criteria. Okay? All right, so once you get that all done, you can save it, close it, send it to Canvas.